8 months ago, I made a video where I revealed my $2 million crypto portfolio. If you had invested some money across all the coins I suggested, you'd be up 43% today, which is bonkers. Since then, I've talked to crypto experts and I made some changes to my portfolio. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you about my new top 7 coins I am betting on to turn my $4 million portfolio into 7 millions or hopefully beyond. And I believe coin number 6 has the potential to be 10x its value in 2022. So stick around for that one. Let's go. Disclaimer, this is 1000% financial advice. I just wouldn't copy me. My crypto portfolio is 4 million, could even be 3 million at the time of this video. It goes up and down. It's a wild ride. Use your brain and your best judgment. Coin number 1 is AVAX, aka Avalanche. So Hubert, who is a video editor on our channel, he works at a large crypto company, can't say what it is, was like, yo, you've got to check out this coin. It's the next big 10x banger. So a few of you may have heard about Ethereum. So if Bitcoin is gold, Ethereum is internet dollars, what the hell is AVAX? So if you've ever bought anything on Ethereum, one, there's this thing called a gas fee. The transaction fee is really expensive. So when you try to buy anything with it, it costs a lot. Second thing, it's super slow. Now Avalanche can do 4,500 transactions per second. Ethereum does 15. And when you're trying to transact, like if I were to send you $1 on Ethereum, that could cost me $50 to $100. On AVAX, it could cost $1 or less. So AVAX is one of these great projects that not a lot of normal people are talking about just yet, but I think it's one of these things in a few years, if they can keep developing and build up an ecosystem, there's a huge potential to get in early on something like that. I've invested around $25,000 plus of my money in it, and it's about 1% of my crypto portfolio. Coin number 2 is actually called Bytes. So what was interesting about Bytes is my buddy JPEG Lord, who you've seen in one of the previous videos, description down below, was like, yo man, you gotta go buy some of this Bytes stuff. I think it's gonna blow up. It's either gonna be huge or it's gonna be a big zero. Now, the way I like to do a lot of my crypto investing outside of the blue chip stuff is like, hey, who are the people super invested and super involved? And JPEG Lord is definitely one of them. Alex Becker created a game. It's called Neo Tokyo, and it's super expensive to buy it on OpenSea. As you guys can see on screen, the prices are super high. Now, these NFTs that are created actually output tokens called Bytes. Alex has a huge ass audience of really, really loyal fans. So you can see a future where as they're building out their game and more people have these tokens, the tokens you're gonna be buying can be more valuable. And one thing I've really got to highlight about this token as compared to a lot of the other ones we're talking about is some of these tokens are really hard to buy. Now, let me show you how you actually get a Byte token if it's something you're interested in. So if you're interested in getting a Byte, you have to go to a site called Uniswap. There's other marketplaces there's other exchanges out there, but you go on Uniswap, you look up Bytes as a token. So you can see I have some here on screen. You have to transfer Ethereum, Bitcoin, USDC, Tether, whatever token, to Bytes to be able to get it. So it's not something that you can just go on PayPal or Coinbase or any of these Venmo, Robinhood and actually just easily convert it. So of Bytes, I hold $1,000 and it's less than 0.5% of my overall crypto portfolio. So everything I talk about today, including Bytes, I'm like, look, if this game does well, this could be huge. If it doesn't, all right, it's gonna go to 0 and I'm okay with that risk because it's a small percent of my overall portfolio. Coin number 3, I gotta tell you, I was on a text thread with a bunch of really rich guys and a guy who invested in this coin who has made a lot of money by doing it. And I saw them all talking about it and I was like, it's another coin, it's gotta be a scam. And then I used it and I was like, light bulb. So if you're buying on any NFT or you're transacting on Ethereum, which is one of the most popular internet dollars or coins that we're all familiar with. For example, I have bought a thing called a chain runner. So if you're buying chain runners, let's just look it up. A chain runner today, $1,892, which is a lot of money, or 0.5 ETH. Now, what's crazy about this, which maybe that sounds like a lot, maybe it doesn't sound like a lot to you, is the gas fees, which is your transaction fees to interact using Ethereum. It's $87. Not only is it $87, it takes a while for that to actually finally happen. Now, recently, my buddy JPEG Lord was like, yo, go buy some NFTs and transact on this thing called magictoeden.io. You can see it on screen right here. And I'm transacting on screen. Let's just actually pull up something, Swampy Gators. So this is 0.18 SOL. All right, let's connect my wallet. Let's actually try to buy this one and you'll see my example. That's when I was like, oh, this is really interesting. If I'm trying to buy 0.18 SOL, which is whatever, I don't know, 40 bucks, the transaction fee is free almost. It's almost 0, and this happens instantly. And so when I saw that, I was like, yo, what is the deal with this? So Ethereum is supposed to basically do this. I can definitely see a lot of people buying into Solana as well. There's a lot of VCs, A16Z, Multicoin Capital, that are heavily invested in seeing this succeed.
We are very public about Solana and Helium in particular. I can't recommend you go buy them, but if you do your research and like them, then go buy them.
I have around $30,000+ at the time of this video, which is over 1.5% of my total portfolio. And I'm still buying $500 of this every single week, which I'm gonna talk about in just a little bit. So coin number 4 is Ethereum. If you're watching this video, you probably know about it. So Ethereum, I'm not gonna go into the details about it, but let me just talk about some of the high level stuff and why I got so hyped on Ethereum and why I think it's interesting. It's the second most adopted coin. If you go on Coinbase or any of these things, you can see it's got almost $500 billion market cap. It was created by a real human. Satoshi Nakamoto is a fake human that none of us know. A guy named Vitalik Buterin, so there's someone accountable to seeing it succeed when he was 19 years old. There's just a lot of brand value of Ethereum. And for me, I can see so many different use cases when like getting rid of Visa and Stripe, being able to use it to actually send money without transaction fees. There's just, once Ethereum 2 comes out, if it ever comes out, please God, let this come out. I can just see a lot of people building so much and doing so well off of it. And today I hold over $1 million of it, which is about 40% of my crypto portfolio. In just a minute, I'm gonna tell you about a coin that is not too risky, but still has the potential to 10x its value in 2022. Before that, let me tell you about a coin I suggested in my last video. This is crazy. It went up 550%. Really? Coin number 5, Polygon, AKA Matic. Now, I gotta be real talk with you guys about this thing. When I first bought it, it was just because I had a lot of really rich crypto friends who were like, yo, just get this one, don't worry about it. And since then, now I buy it every single week. Now, Polygon, when I started actually looking into what it really does, it is amazing. And the price of Polygon is $2 at the time of this video. You can be like, oh, that's cheap. But what I think is really interesting is that if you think about like the iPhone, how many companies have become billion-dollar companies off the iPhone? Uber? Yeah, DoorDash, Grubhub, a lot of these companies have done really well because of the iPhone. And so as you see that parallel, you can start thinking, well, if Ethereum is gonna succeed, and that's a $500 billion industry right now that is being built on top of this ecosystem, well, Polygon makes the transaction fees actually significantly less on Ethereum. It's called a sidechain, which we're not gonna get into this video. I didn't really understand what I was buying in the beginning. And now as I finally am like, whoa, Ethereum's gonna do well for the long run. A lot of people are making sure it's gonna do well. I actually think that Polygon can be acquired by Ethereum. That'd be crazy if that happens. Or become a key component of it while it's growing. So of Polygon, I hold $35,000 at the time of this video, which is about a 0.5% of my overall crypto portfolio. It's pretty high. All right, coin number 6 is Uniswap. So maybe you've heard about it, maybe you have not. Let me just take a step back. Now, when I wanted to buy that Bytes token that I talked about earlier in this video, you go to Uniswap. So you go to Uniswap and you actually swap your token. So you take Ethereum and it swaps it for a byte. If you want to actually swap for anything, Uniswap is one of the key places to be able to do it. Now that the Uniswap coin, which is a way that they help facilitate the transactions, has been down a lot this year, I've been buying a lot of it. So I can see in the next year or two, this being up 2 to 3x, if not significantly more. For myself, I've actually done a lot of the swaps to say, hey, I want to get Helium or I want to get this Bytes thing. Guess what? It's uniswap.org is the place to be doing that. So I hold, at least at the time of this video, about $20,000 worth of this, which is about 1% of my crypto portfolio. Now I gotta talk to you about the granddaddy of them all. That is Bitcoin. Now, I have been buying this since 2015, which is pretty much bonkers to me. First crypto to the market, Satoshi Nakamoto, he's my uncle from wherever the hell he's in the world. #1 coin in terms of market cap. It's been over $1 trillion. It is the most trusted coin. So let me just tell you straight off the bat, you can see it here, from Coinbase, and then plus I have somewhere in other secret shit. I have over $2 million of Bitcoin. But I think if you were trying to do crypto, if you don't have a lot of money, if you're just out of college, or maybe you have a job, but you're like, I don't know if I want to get into this, I think Bitcoin and Ethereum are the safest things. Put 80, 90% in it, and in 10, 20%, go for the risky stuff after you've used it, after you understand it. So what I'm recommending to you today is take a part of the future. And honestly, it's a lot of fun to be a piece of. Now let's do a quick coin summary up on screen. We have Avalanche, AKA AVAX. It's about 1% or almost $30,000 of my crypto portfolio. Bytes, it's $1,000. It's a really small percent. Solana, I am buying that every single week, just like Avalanche and just like Matic. I have around $30,000 plus. Matic, I have about $35,000, which could be up or down by the time you watch this video. I have Uniswap, which I've talked about today, which is gonna be about $20,000 or about 1% of my crypto portfolio. Ethereum is about over $1 million or 40%, plus Bitcoin, which is over $2 million or 55%. Instead of trying to be super smart about like, yo, I should buy Bitcoin today, should I wait for it to go down, should I wait for it to go up, is do dollar cost averaging. So commit whatever budget or whatever percent you want to invest in this stuff, and just do that over a set period of time. So if you want to invest $1,000 over 12 months, you take $83 a month and you just buy some Ethereum, some Bitcoin, or whatever it is. That is what I have done since 2015, and that's what's helped me build a $3 million to $4 million plus crypto portfolio. And again, this is not how I'm trying to get wealthy. This is a risky investment that I think is interesting. I'm trying to get wealthy running appsumo.com, which is where I spend the majority of my time. I just think technology, which I love, is exciting. That's why I've gotten so interested in this stuff. If you like this video and you want to hear the story of how I accidentally became a Bitcoin millionaire, you definitely want to check out this video right up here, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Uncle Noah loves you, and I'll see you out there. Pew pew.